The Shogun Warriors. Guy King with rocket boosters. Great Mazinga with rocket launcher.
Look! Godzilla!
Is he friend or foe? You can decide.
Wow!
Launch his claw. Imagine his breath is a blast of fire.
Launch warning!
The large Shogun Warriors and Godzilla. They're ready to strike when you are. The Shogun Warriors, Great Mazinga, Guy King, and Godzilla, each sold separately. Accessories not for use with smaller Shogun Warriors from Mattel.
リモコンゴジラ出現。歩く、泣く、光る。メーサー戦車がコントローラー。バンダイリモコン電動怪獣王ゴジラ。
これで助けてください。
ゴジラ怪獣軍団、君たちと共に熱く戦う。連続技で特殊パワーを発揮しろ。最大4人でいろいろなゲームが楽しめる。バトルポイントを貯めると映画のメイキング写真や特典画像がゲットできる。ゴジラ怪獣大乱闘地球最終決戦。
Today on Collect All Monsters, we celebrate the celebration of the 69th birthday of Godzilla! Ikimashou!
Welcome to another episode of Collect All Monsters, the collectibles. Wait, no, what do I say here? The kaiju show that treats the collectible side. I don't even know. We're talking about collectibles. We're talking about Godzilla. And if you can't tell, a couple things. Number one, we're short at least one member today. We were originally, of course, supposed to have David Dopko with us here. And he is unfortunately not, because he is not settled in California quite yet. And I'm sure at some point he's going to chime in probably while we're live. And if not, maybe later. But David's not with us. We were going to have Jonathan Portman, our producer, join us. But he had something go on, little personal issues. So he's not going to be joining us either. Just going to be these four horsemen running through the collectible side of the kaiju genre. That is what I usually say. My God. Anyway, how's it going, everybody? It's really great to be back. And man, this is also not my real backdrop. As you can see behind me, I've got the old fake green screen because there is nothing behind me right now. Everything is packed up entirely. So that's because in just a week, we're basically making our move to Japan. So big times here at Casa de Kyle. I am going to go ahead and ask Leslie to kick things off with our segment entitled Showa and tell us what he got over the past month-ish.
Yes, welcome back to another edition of Collect All Monsters. And we're just coming off the heels of a great Godzilla day. The Megalon short was awesome. The Jet Jaguar short was awesome. The coverage from Minus One has been awesome. Legacy of Monsters that premiered last night is awesome. And you know what? Now you got Collect All Monsters. Could you have asked for anything more? Could you have asked for a better time right now? So yeah, again, in a couple of weeks, the rest of us, and in a couple of weeks, the rest of the world will get a chance to see Minus One, and I know that we can't wait to see it, even though the Philly guy has been constantly telling us how great it is on a daily basis, over and over and over and over and over and over I get that, but again, like I told you on our private chat, there was a couple of times I was going to take my truck, drive on 95, and I was going to bust down this door and punch him in the face because I was like, dude. But see, that's more of a confrontational type of approach. Kyle was like this.
Headphones off.
Yeah, literally. Even right before we started broadcasting, John's like, "Oh, I know, I only got 30 seconds, but y'all, I gotta tell you." And I like just headphones off. I waited until it looked like somebody was like trying to get my attention because I don't need to see it. I don't need to hear anything about it. I'm waiting. Anyway, Leslie, please.
Yeah, but of course, minus one. Of course, their great brother's going to talk about minus one later on in this episode. And again, going by his recommendations, what he's been saying about it, I think we're in for a real treat. If you thought we were in a real treat with Shin Godzilla, it seems like we're in a more of a treat with minus one. So we can't wait to see in a couple weeks. First and foremost, I did get a few things myself in honor of Godzilla Day, trying to go all out. I'm not going to do what John Ruffin does and take 45 minutes to show everything. So I'm going to just pick and choose certain things. Yeah, I said it, John. I'm going to pick a few things, so you might be here for a few minutes. Not that long, but still. But first and foremost, I want to talk about some swag. I want to talk about some swag, some shirts that actually, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to have my beautiful wife do it. And I got her some cavity color shirts.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, if you could fire up those pictures for me, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Look at her.
Oh, my God. She looks so good.
Rocking the GMK shirt.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. And didn't Matt Frank do that artwork, if I'm not mistaken?
I think so, man.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Sandra is like Queen GMK around these parts. So, I had to get her this shirt, and she absolutely loves it. And probably she's going to wear it when we go to see minus one in a couple of weeks. But that wasn't the only shirt I got for her. She also got this other shirt from the Millennium series. Godzilla 2000 or 1999.
That color looks so good on her.
Big, beautiful job. Beautiful.
Yeah. They did a great job. Again, cavity colors. They've been killing it lately. Yeah.
Work it, Sandra.
Because I told her I was going to get just a GMK shirt, but then I got the 2000 as a surprise. And when she saw it, she was like, "Oh, I'm going to rock that." And look, now Godzilla, don't. I know you're on the shirt, but don't get too attached. That's still my wife, okay? So don't make me cuss you out, all right? I will put these hands on you if I have to. But also, you know what? Speaking of swag, and you know what? Again, our fearless leader just talked about, he's going to be going to Japan in like a week or some change, which is, we're happy for him. But you know what? You got a going away present. And I told you I was going to get this for you. And I try to be a man of my word. And you got yourself a GMK shirt coming your way. So,
nice.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
Piece of art. Wow.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Matt did a great job. Thank you.
Godzilla looks awesome. He looks like he's about to go through Martha Baragon and King Ghidorah, like he's going through he's about to go through them. Yeah,
like crap through a goose.
Or like crap through a goose. Oh man, you gotta love those American dubs for some reason. But yeah, so Kyle, I will get that out to you before you head for the land of the rising sun. Okay.
Thanks, man.
But now. No problem. Now let's get into the figures. And speaking of Kyle, he shipped me this. I didn't say anything, but I wanted to save it for the show. But he sent me this from his collection because he and I are huge Gamera 2 fans, the Attack of Legion, and he gave me a piece from one piece from his collection, and it's a Legion soldier.
It's so creepy looking.
They are many.
But I don't know who made this. Did Sakuda make this?
Yeah, Sakuda Hobby. That's the Sakuda Hobby.
Okay.
It was a pre-painted kit.
That's cool.
And it was like one of the first kits that I made. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, because again, when I got the box and it had Kyle's name on it, I'm like, because I think we did talk about me getting this, but I totally forgot it. So when I saw the box, I'm like, what did he send me? I hope he didn't send me like a batch of chili that he's known to make. But when I saw it, I was like, yep, that's my Gamera 2 brother right there. So thank you, Kyle, for this Legion
cool.
Soldier. I really do appreciate it. And speaking of Gamera, let's stay with the Gamera series. Speaking of Gamera, let's stay with the Gamera series, specifically the Heisei series. And I want to thank Marcellus Winters for making this kit for me. But it's the 30 centimeter Monster Maker 28 kit, resin model kit, if you will, of the 1995 Gauss.
Oh my gosh, he's so good, Marcellus. My goodness.
The Shadow Evil himself. Now, honestly, I have never really been a big fan of the Heisei Gauss in terms of design, but I'm a huge fan of Monster Maker 28. So when they announced that they were going to make this, and I think I did cover that on the show. I know I had to have it, and plus I knew how well Marcellus paints his model kits. I got several. I knew he would do this justice, and it makes me. I don't love the Heisei Gauss, but I am becoming just a little bit more enamored with him, and he looks great alongside, the the Legion and the Irish, But he was the one Heisei villain from the Gamera series I have not gotten a representation of in my collection. So I had to get this. So again, thank you, Marcellus, for the Monster Maker 28 Heisei version of the 95 Shadow of Evil himself, Gauss. All right. Now we're getting more into the nitty-gritty. We're going into the bigger stuff. Yes, bigger. Yes, we're going bigger. Let's see. I'm looking at both of them. I'm trying to pick which one should I do first. You know what? Okay. Now, these are now getting into people's hands, courtesy of Spiral Studios, of the Titans of the Monsterverse line, and I got myself this almost gigantic size version of the Queen Muto.
Wow.
Dang, that is so cool. I love that pose too.
Look at that.
That's
crazy.
Big. That's awesome.
And kind of like Gauss, I haven't had. Yeah, I know. And kind of like Gauss, I have not gotten a representation of the Muto in my collection. But but when they announced this, I wanted to get it, you know what I'm saying? And it's good. Now, for all the Monsterverse fans out there that take this stuff real seriously, and for those who don't know, this is the Queen Muto from Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019. It is not the female Muto from 2014. There is a difference. The difference is like kind of like Godzilla from 2014, 2019. The Muto just got bigger, but this is a separate creature. So it's not the female Muto from 2014. It's the Queen Muto for 2019. And I hope I made all your Monsterverse fans happy that live in your basements. So yeah. So yeah. It's vinyl.
Wow.
It is vinyl. It is vinyl. It is thick like a daggone 8-year. It is thick. Wow. It is thick like an 8-year-old hamburger. That's how thick she is. You know what I'm saying? So, but this is cool. This is cool. And again, they're starting to filter into people's hands, so people are really happy. Along with the Spiral GMK. You know what I'm saying? And so. Nice. Yeah, so I'm really glad to have this in my collection. The Spiral Studios Titans of the Monsterverse Queen Muto. And you know what? Let's stay with the Titans of the Monsterverse line, courtesy of Spiral Studios. And we're going with the same film, Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019. He makes a brief appearance in the film, kind of like the Muto. But out of all the monsters that made a brief appearance, that one really caught my attention the most. And of course, the gigantic size version, almost gigantic size version of everybody's favorite Mastodon, the Behemoth.
Wow. Oh my God! Wait, Spiral did that one too?
Yep. Look at him.
That's crazy.
God.
Is that
like vines and stuff on his tusk?
You know what? It's funny, Kyle. You mentioned about the moss. Actually, you know what? This is foliage that comes with the figure. But the thing is, it came in like a pouch, so it was all clumped together like green stuff. When I saw the pouch, I thought Snoop Dogg sent me that. You know what I mean? I was looking around. I was like, I hope the feds ain't knocking on my door because I didn't order that. but I figured it out that this is like foliage that you could put on the tusk. Because remember in the film, he had foliage and greenery on his tusk.
Yeah.
The only problem is that when you get it, it's so loose, and you're supposed to put it on these brown stuff right here, and it's supposed to stay there, but it doesn't because the material is so loose. So what I did, I just applied some super glue stuff here and there, just randomly put it on top random areas of the tusk. Again, it may not top the Spiral GMK, it may not top the Spiral Burning Godzilla that came out earlier this year, But this is a contender. No, this is like one of the best figures that Spire Studios has put out. Between the two, I actually like this one more so than the Muto. But yeah, this thing is he's hefty, he's awesome, and he's great. And the last thing I want to showcase,
Impressive.
I don't know. I'm still I don't know. I haven't figured that part out yet. I don't know where I'm gonna put it.
Are you putting? Wait a minute. Are these on the floor?
Nope. You're on my knees. You're on my knees.
All the crap you give us about putting stuff on the floor.
You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. It's just a temporary thing because I can't put them on the table right now, but they're gonna have to stay on the floor.
Somebody mark 3:15 p.m. Leslie said Christine was right. Okay.
Wow.
Hey, you know what? Sometimes a broke clock is right twice a day. So you know what I'm saying? So it does. I mean, but again, for the time being, yeah, I know I'm a stickler for putting your stuff on the floor, even especially gigantic stuff, but this is just a temporary measure. I ain't talking about the collectors that use the floor as a permanent display piece. Those people need to go to prison, in my opinion. They need to go to prison, but they're there just for the temporary. Now, for the last piece, and of course, I know, John, you're going to fill me on this. Again, one of the best X Plus figure releases all year. It may not win figure of the year, but it should be in the conversation. It most definitely should be in the conversation. The X Plus, finally, we got it, John. We waited. We finally got it. The X Plus, 3rd centimeter, Famous Sculptors line. 1974 Godzilla.
That's so cute.
Yes.
That face.
He's like cute and angry at the same time.
Yes. Look at that. Finally, after all this time, after all these years of waiting, begging, advocating for it, threatening people for it, honestly, we finally got it. Again, I don't know if we'll win figure of the year. I know the Monster Attitude will cover that towards the tail end of the year or early next year. But if it does win, it doesn't surprise me because this thing is absolutely amazing. So between him, the Muto, Behemoth, the Gauss, the Legion Soldier, the Kaiju swag that Sandra was sporting, I've been blessed. I've been really, really blessed. So again, thank y'all so much for being here for this awesome new edition of Collect All Monsters. Now I'm gonna kick it over down to our Heisei Esper on this show, Biolante's #1 fan and stalker, if you really think about it, the one and only Christine Chapin. What's going on, Christine?
You love me some Biolante. Oh my gosh. What a crazy month this has been. Like, I have just been hype, like, I don't even know. This whole month, I've just, like, every day there's something exciting. And then Godzilla Day was just amazing. All of the crazy, amazing goods we got from Japan, from the US, like, we are just living the kaiju dream right now. It's crazy. I love it. Like, it's just been a fantastic month so far. And then, got my tickets to go see Minus One, so super stoked for that. Oh, it's like, what a dream. Like, it doesn't even seem real sometimes. Like, how is this my life? Like, how lucky were we all to be born in this time period to experience all these amazing things? And to think that Godzilla would still be going this crazy strong after almost 70 years, it's just, like, unbelievable. So I did get me some Godzilla Day goodies, but they all pre-orders. So I can't show them off right now. But I'll show them off when they come in. But I did get a couple things, literally a couple things. I'm not like Leslie and John, where 50 things coming in. Because I'm really running out of room in here to put stuff. I've been trying to rearrange and squeeze things in. But I did get a couple things that came in. So, if you remember last month, I got this little cute little zipper mouth. Well, it's so cute. I had to get more. And there's actually a comic shop in Sacramento that has, they got some really good stuff in there. Bandai's, Sofubi, all kinds of stuff, X Plus. So I took a little drive down there, just to check out the goods, see what they got. They had more zipper mouths, so I had to get the Burning Godzilla one. I think he's so cute. And then, you zip his little mouth. And they actually had them at retail, so it was cheaper to get this in the actual store than ordering it and, like, paying shipping and all that. But, oh my God. Look at his little face. He's so cute.
Orange,
Yeah, they're this
yes.
little. I love
Yeah.
these.
I like the
things.
burning one. That's
Yeah,
more
I-
charming than the regular
Yes,
ones.
little
It
pop
is.
color he's got in there, but so I'm like, I mean, there's 2 more, so I mean, I might as well get all of them. maybe next week next payday I'll like run down over there and see if they have any more. And then, so I have been getting really good luck with lotteries lately. I don't know what it is, but I'm on a streak here. I'm gonna try and keep it going. So I entered the Neo Player 1 lottery for the Burning Godzilla, and that came in.
Wow.
Okay.
It's super.
Get out
I
of
love
here.
it. I love the eyes on
It's
the get it
fantastic.
right, and it's the standard size one, so it's not the giant one that I got before. It's like here's the big one, and he just
Wow.
look at
Ooh.
how tiny
Wow.
cute he looks. He's so little. I love
Honestly,
it.
I like the little ones
Big
better.
one.
I think the little ones,
Definitely.
the big ones are almost too exactly stretched up, and they look a little too soft. But like those little ones, it's like the sculpt is perfect.
Perfect size too. Like it's way easier to fit it on the shelf somewhere. And no, I really love like just his style of figure. It's just I don't know what it is. I'm just obsessed with it, and I love like the burning, the steam and stuff coming off of it. Really cool.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if you guys saw he had teased a 54th that he was like working on. So really stoked for that. So this was actually overseas lottery because normally when he sells these, it's like Japan only. But he held an overseas lottery on his Instagram page. So I entered and I won one. Oh my god, I
So
couldn't
was it
believe it.
expensive?
So after shipping, it was 200 after shipping.
That's it?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
and so I was really excited. So I really hope that he does more of these overseas lotteries because, well, he's on what the Hedorah, the 64, this, and then I'm assuming hopefully the 54 too because I really want that one. But I don't know,
Yeah.
like the whole I just love the whole like chubby, chibi,
Mhm.
just like super deformed shampoo style that he's got going on. It's unique. It looks different.
I agree. Mhm.
So really that's all I've got. All the other stuff I have that I'm waiting for is just like pre-orders and stuff, and hopefully I'll have a box coming in this week, which would be cool. Another lottery that I won that I'm super excited about. I'm not gonna say anything until it comes in. But yeah, I mean just this month has just been insane, and I know after the movie comes out it's gonna be for a week, so I'm gonna try and go every day. I'll bring my tissues every day. And just like I'm just so excited for all the crazy amazing things that we have going on right now between Minus One, the Monsterverse, all this amazing stuff coming out. I mean, it looks like it's just only going to continue, which is great. And we're gonna
Crazy.
get more toys now. We're gonna get Minus One, figures, hopefully some Minus One Safubi. I'm waiting on the X Plus. I'm waiting for that light up, the blue light up I'm waiting for. So all right, well, John, I know that you're gonna have a lot of great goodies to show us.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna toss it on over to you.
Here we go. Let's relax and take a nap
Tell
right
us what you got,
fast.
John.
Everyone take out their cots. It's going to take a few minutes.
Wake me up when you finish.
It's good it's good to be back. But unfortunately, David, we're thinking about you. And,
Yeah.
and Jonathan, sorry you're not with us in person, but we are with you in spirit. So we hope you're doing going to be all right. It's great to be back. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks since I've been back from Japan. And I'm seeing who's with us. Helmy, man, my man. It's just, we had a great time in Japan. It was great to see each other, those who were there. And you're not going to be disappointed with Minus One. You're just going to love it. That's all I'm going to
We know. We know.
I've been followed up.
Because not only do we have you now, it's Jonathan.
Kyle, that was for you, buddy. That was for you, Kyle.
Thank you, man.
Oh, man.
Okay, so I'm just going to share a few things that I got. And it's not everything, but I just
We
quickly.
know. Yeah.
I'll start. Darn
Look
it,
at me
if I
now.
can talk about Minus
Look at
One.
me.
I'm just. All right, let me get the conveyor belt going because I do have a few things.
He said conveyor belt.
It would have been easier. It's not okay. What'd be easier?
I got this,
Thanks for
this.
sharing the 74 because I don't have to share that now. Okay. Just some cool
That's a
apparel.
great figure.
I didn't go to Japan to get the traditional, like looking for figures and, so I knew I wanted to get new stuff and things that were hard to get. And I focused on a lot of books, but I got a lot of things I usually wouldn't get. But I'm like, you know what? The new movie, I get anything with -1, I'm grabbing it, what I can. So I got some shirts.
Good idea.
-1 shirt, with big G. Another cool. I wanted to get these items, but between the shipping and trying to get them, but they had you really can't see it. It's the 8-bit like Godzilla shirt. It's hard to see.
That's cool.
Yeah, the whole the old game. What's it, Nintendo?
Like the NES, like the NES game.
Yes, that's it. Yes.
That's cool. That's really cool.
Just a lot of -1 stuff.
Ooh.
And I'm wearing this
that
to
one
the opening
poster.
night. Just
Represent. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a freaking great
Yeah.
design. Really.
Scrap GMK. He's gonna take his place. I'm just saying. Okay.
Now Sandra now you trying to get cussed out from Sandra, aren't you? That's what you're trying to do. Sandra,
She's
you hear
watching
that?
live now. You gotta watch
She's
out.
watching live, Now I got to cut you. Now I got to cut you.
I finally got a Toho hat.
Oh, nice.
Oh, dude, congratulations.
Oh,
That's awesome.
Cool. That's really cool.
I'm not leaving without this.
Kyle, she said something.
You better watch yourself, John. You better lock your doors
Now, let me tell you, before you see -1, you need to go and look at Yamazaki's past work. You need to see the Great War of Archimedes. And you should definitely see the Always series if you can. I picked these up. Boy, please, these are so enjoyable, but they -1 was like
Oh my God. I guess we're going to field tonight.
All right, let me get to the good stuff. This is all about. This is about the book.
I mean, we do know where you live. I mean, we do know where you live, though.
Get this book. If there's any book you want, this is a reprint but an expansion of the original title that's here, like Investigation of Godzilla 1954. But it's big and it's thick and it's like a textbook. Like if you go into college and you're taking a course in Godzilla, this is it. Use your Google Translate and get your learn on. Get this.
John, when is your class starting? Because I think a bunch of people would sign up.
I'm translating bits and pieces of it. So if you go on my site,
that's the closest thing to John doing a class on Godzilla, guys.
John, can you get that on Amazon JP?
Yes, but it's been sold out. It's crazy.
Oh.
It's like you can't. There's stuff that's supposed to be out, but it's gone. You can't get it through them, so you might have to use Bai. But when I went to Nakano Broadway, I went to my favorite little bookshop they have, and they had it, and I was like, oh, I wasn't able to risk trying to order it on Bai or anything because I don't know if you can get it. Been wanting this for a long time. Tokusatsu. That's another great
book. Nice.
This is
you can
something
never go wrong with the DNA book.
Can't get this off. It's on Amazon, but you can't get it. It's sold out or something's going on. This is the novelization.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh man. Priceless. I'm just gonna say. I've already translated 45 pages of it. It's on my website if you really don't read it yet. But this sheds a whole. This is just. I heard the Japanese talking about it on Twitter, so I was like, I gotta get it. I was gonna get it anyway. Only like $10, so like.
What? That's it? Wow. Yeah. So it's like more in depth, like behind.
It's
like
just like the movie. It's just like the movie. You think you're actually hearing it, but there's deeper parts there's things in the movie that I heard the book. You want to read it?
Okay.
I hope they do an English translation. Got to get the calendar. And kids, all get the calendar. Get the calendar. Okay.
Do you got some minus one salt and pepper shakers? Some thongs, some minus one thongs. You would wear one, wouldn't you? I don't judge.
A lot of new stuff that you just have to get.
Oh, the Megumi book. Oh,
Yeah.
I saw that on Amazon.
Yes, the memorial book, Godzilla Heroine.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Cute.
That was a must. You
Okay.
have to get these magazines. Okay, this is another took us out to DNA. But you have to load up on your -0 magazines. You really do. And it's hard to get the movie poster, but if you get the screen alpha.
Oh, the screen one.
Oh, there's so many spoilers. So just don't open any of these. Don't do it. Don't do it. But this on the inside, I can at least show you the inside. Not too much. It has the poster inside.
Oh.
Yes. Another Ultraman folk, the Mono magazine. Really, really, really nice spread. Good stuff from Ultraman. That's another goodie. I hope you're picking up. Oh, hold on.
Now, did you got these all in Japan, right?
What's that?
Like all the magazines you got when you were in Japan, or did you order them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can find them on Amazon.
You can get them off of Amazon, and I would group them up, get what you can, and then get the good shipping. Don't do them separately. But I didn't. I went with the purpose of I'm going to get these magazines, get everything I can, and just carry it home and live with it. So, and I got free coming back baggage on the return. I only have one bag going, but I came back with a big bag and they stowed it for free, which was great. Oh, the new wave of Super 7. Minya.
Oh, yeah, nice.
And this beautiful Geigen. I had
Oh,
to
the
pick up.
glowy ones.
Yeah.
So
Those are
nice.
awesome.
I think they're the best out of all the ones they do.
Yes, I think so. Oh, also there's a new a new volume of the Godzilla Toho Tokusatsu series. Had to get that. It seemed like they slowed down. Okay, I'm almost done. A few more little things.
No rush.
I knew it was gonna be hard to get this. I had to pay maybe twice as much for it, but I was glad to get it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sweet.
All right,
That's
all
awesome.
right. Those are hot, man. They're all
Yeah.
like sold out, aren't they?
Very nice. Has a little weight to it. There's just a little volume. It's nice. Beautifully done. Oh, look at this. This is a great book. It's called Monster Theater. And it's the garage kits. And just beautifully
Wow.
descriptions and just
Ooh.
handsome book. Yeah. Just
Wow.
Gorgeous.
Ultra Kaiju, everything is great. Another great book. And let me get down to the end. Had to get one of these. -1 Bandai. I got a few of them.
Nice.
Some are for folk. Okay, and last thing I'll show. Hold on. This is the only big thing I got. I think this is number 349 out of 700.
I know what you're gonna show.
What?
Oh, you know what I'm gonna show.
I know what you're gonna show.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Ooh, yes.
The Mecha Godzilla Super Shogun. I don't know if I'm gonna take him out or not, but it showed up at my door while I was away. So I'm just so happy.
Oh,
You'll
I'm
take
so
it
happy
big
for
box
you.
Eventually. It's amazing. This thing looks amazing.
Yes.
The
Yes.
theater exclusive?
I'm sorry. Say again.
Did you get the theater exclusive Bandai for -1?
Yes.
Yeah, because it has like. Is that the blue one though? Didn't they have like a blue one?
I got the blue one.
Oh, okay.
But I got it for
Same.
someone. Yeah,
So
I got
pretty,
the silver one. There's a silver one. I got that one. I did get the blue one. And every theater I went to, I got what I could get. I got a ton of other stuff. I won't show that because that'll spoil the movie. Okay.
All right.
But Japan was awesome. I mean, damn.
We'll talk about it later.
Yes.
I can't wait.
Thanks everybody for.
I'm not telling you to stop talking. I'm just saying, like, I'm looking forward to hearing your report later.
Oh yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Me too.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Kyle.
Well, thank you very much. John, just real quick, there is something that I think people should know about that you did that is, it's kind of significant. It's a YouTube video where you went to the DNA store.
Oh, you got
right. Yeah, man, I saw this come across my feed, and I was like, first off, I think we should always be, showing each other's stuff. So check that out, guys. If you haven't seen that, John did a DNA. It's not the full DNA exhibit. It's just like a pop-up, but still cool.
And
stuff
I've been trying to get to one.
Yeah,
I've been missing them since 2014. So it was like,
oh, really?
I'm going to, yes. Oh my gosh. I literally walked past it on my last day in Nagoya. Higuchi-san, they were having it at the big Nagoya Science Museum. And I walked right past it. And I'm like, what the heck was I thinking?
Oh, no.
Because I wanted to go.
Oh, man.
And I thought I was too far away and didn't realize it was right, literally. I could have just walked half a block and missed it. And haven't been able to get to one. It was one in Fukuoka and all that never got there. So this was just a little taste of it, and it was worth it.
Yeah. Someday I hope that I can actually get my crap together and finish my DNA of Tokusatsu video, because they let me shoot video in there like the whole intro night. Yeah. It was like, but that was like back in 2017. So it's really, really relevant. Hey guys. I don't have any box days to share. Box days for me have been stuff like getting a brand new suitcase and air tags.
Or putting things in boxes.
For the dogs. Or putting things in boxes. Yeah, what I should have done is instead of having a picture of my old collection in my old house, which is a little nostalgic and lovely, I should have taken a picture downstairs in the garage of all the boxes that are getting shipped over to Japan.
My God.
So that's my life right now. If I didn't, really allude to this as sincerely, we are basically 1 week plus just a couple of days before we make our leave. So there's still a lot of things to happen here at the house. I'm still excited. I'm high levels of stress, but doesn't matter. It's going to be awesome. And hey, I mean, seriously, I'll be taking people along for the ride. So
nice.
We, I think, are going to start shooting YouTube videos specifically just about like living in Japan. And when we get our first videos up, we'll post the channel and stuff. But I don't want to be like, oh, subscribe to my channel and then have no content. So that's not how I roll. Anyway, I don't have anything else to really share for Showa and Tell. But wow, what a time to be a kaiju fan.
Oh yeah.
I think what we should do is just move right along and get into our next segment. Oh, we don't have a video for that. It's the chat room check-in. And so Leslie, are you ready to do some chat room commenter check-in stuff? All right, let me get this back here. And I'm going to man the chat. So, if you don't mind, sir, go for it.
All right, I'm going to try and go M11 speed. Remember how M11, he was like, all right. Right now, we got what? We got 36 people watching on YouTube. So, again, thank you so much. Of course, Hail Me, Kaiju Battle, Butchzilla 93, Larry Latham, Johnny Coke, John's worst nightmare, my beautiful wife Sandra, Godzilla Man 2000, Rated M, Nathaniel Plummer, Pandemic or Pandemic. Sorry, I keep on messing that up. Oh, Jonathan Portman, what's up, Jonathan?
Oh, Jonathan,
how you doing?
We
miss you. Eric Stope, of course, Rated M, Andrew Peters, Godzilla Train 1090.
Peters.
Yep. Godzilla Train 1090. The Gregzilla. Let's see who else. This name is intriguing to me. Stupid Sandwich. I love that creep. I'm not lying. I'm looking at it. Stupid Sandwich. That is. I don't know what to say. But yeah, thank you for being here, Stupid Sandwich. Again, the Gregzilla. Tanner's in the chat. Let's see who else. Just going through these fast as I can. Let's see. Tim Bartos.
I see Donnie Winter. I see Tim.
Donnie Winter.
Yeah. Andrew. That's Andy from G Fest. What's up, dude? And that is my friend Shannon from Japan. What's up, girl?
Awesome.
And and Fancy of Cats. Where is Fanciest of Cats?
Where's Fanciest of Cats? He's always used to be here.
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
Man. So
all of the collectors in there. All of the collector ES Kimura's in there. Yeah, 36 people. So thank y'all so much for being here. Really do appreciate it.
Yeah. Especially since we didn't promote this at all. We just you guys.
We sure didn't. We really didn't.
I am so insanely busy right now. I was oh, I need to focus on some Collect All Monsters stuff today, the day of the show. So.
You ain't lying. I was on the couch sleep this afternoon, and Sandra came up to me and told me, "You are doing a show today, right?" I'm like, "Am I? I think so. I guess so then."
Anyway, well, we're glad you guys are all here. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this afternoon. And so what if you didn't catch it earlier, what we're doing is we're celebrating the 69th birthday of Godzilla, just a little bit late because Japan did and America did, the world did on November 3rd, and today we are here on the 18th. Still relevant, still
partying hard.
Talking about. But seriously, we haven't actually, even as a group, we really haven't even gotten to sit down and chat about all the Godzilla Day stuff and all the other stuff, because there's just been so much -1 chatter. Again, those headphones have come off for me. So
Mm-hmm.
We know, John.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see it. I'm looking forward to seeing it myself. But what we do is we do cover Godzilla collectible news, kaiju collectible news. And so I think for this particular episode, we are keeping everything Godzilla related. And we do have some news to cover. We didn't do the full news episode like we've done in the past. This is just going to be standard news. We each chose our favorite item from the past month, be it from Godzilla Day or not. But let's go ahead and kick off that news. And to kick things off, Leslie Chambers will, fall down the spiral.
Right. Before I get to my news item, I do want to plug the Monster with Attitude show, because they did talk about everything that happened with Godzilla Day a couple weeks ago on their channel. So if you want to know everything, all the collectibles, go to their channel, Monster with Attitude, and you'll get the full information there. But what I want to talk about is, again, you saw some cool spiral stuff earlier from me. Again, Behemoth, the Muto, and a couple months ago, we showcased the gigantic GMK, or Legacy Series GMK. But now I want to talk about the next entry in the Legacy Series, courtesy of Spiral. The Legend is reborn. The Legend is reborn with the 1984 Godzilla from the Return of Godzilla. Or in the better film, in my opinion, Godzilla 1985. And as you can, see right there, 1984.
That's beautiful picture.
See, right there. Look at that. That is touching the face of God, right there. That thing is, and again, the GMK is starting getting to people's hands, and people are going crazy over it. It's that they're starting to slap their mothers over it. Legit. This one is basically the next one in the line. Even though technically this is the fourth release. This is the fourth release from the Legacy Series, and it's supposed to come out, I want to say, the second quarter of next year, 2024, which is timely because, again, 1984 does celebrate its 40th anniversary next year. But I say it's the fourth because technically there are two releases in between the GMK and this 84. The next one supposedly is going to be like a gigantic size version of Zilla from the 98 film, which looks awesome. Say what you will about the film, say what you will about the film, say what you will about the design, but that statue looks awesome. And the one after that is going to be the gigantic size version of the 1991 King Ghidorah. And that one's going to be amazing. So technically the 84 is the fourth, but technically he is the second Godzilla to come into the Legacy series. So again, if you do the math, we got the Millennium series covered with GMK. Now we got the Heisei series covered with the 84. Now it's only a matter of time before they announce what the first Showa Legacy series figure will be. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing for a 68. For Destroy All Monsters, I'm pushing for that. But whatever they do in terms of the Showa series involving Godzilla for the Legacy series, I think it's going to be a great thing. Again, I know Godzilla Train 1090, he's in the chat. He is a huge 84 fan, so I know for a fact he's going to get it. Hopefully he won't still have his collection to get it. But I know that he's going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm looking forward to this next release from Legacy series with the awesome 84. Again, the Legend is Reborn, the first ever gigantic size vinyl version of the 84 Godzilla. Technically, it's not the first gigantic 84 because there was a model company that did a resin model kit. Some fat-headed guy showcased that on our show like a couple months ago. I forgot who it was, but technically, this is the second gigantic size version of the 84. So if you want one, the pre-orders just dropped this past week on November 15th. And again, it's supposed to be dropping the second quarter of next year. So if you're a fan of the movie, or a fan of the design, and you want a gigantic size version of the 84, go for it. If the GMK was worth it, the 84 is going to be worth it. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I want to talk about in my new segment. So Christine Chapin, what do you want to bless us with your new segment, please?
All right. Well, man, it was so hard, but there's something that recently, and it's still up for pre-order now if you want to go get it. I have been looking for a very long time now for a nice rug to put in my collection room, and I was very specific about what kind of rug I wanted. I want a kaiju rug, so I've been waiting it out. Wouldn't you know, Middle of Beyond just dropped this amazing Godzilla Tower rug, and the price is just out of the world. It's 60 inches, so it's a big rug. $100. You can't go to Walmart and get a nice rug for $100, and you can get this amazing Godzilla Tower for $100. Like shipping to here where I was like what, $17? $117. You can't go wrong. I mean, I don't know how long the pre-order is gonna be open for, but I mean, if you're looking for an amazing rug to put in your collection room, to put in your living room, to put in any room really, at the foot of your bed, I don't care, in the bathroom, somewhere, in the hallway, this would be the one. It's just, it is so, I mean,
Godzilla Man 2000 said check for cockroaches, and that is
see right there, that's wrong.
Oh, that's funny. Helmy says shipping was only $150 for him because he's in Australia, right? But this is perfect because I ordered one myself as soon as Christine posted it. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And the reason I'm talking about this is because I got just paid the full price, right? Just like Helmy, I paid for the shipping to get to Japan because it's a pre-order, won't be out until April, I think.
Yeah.
But for those who are interested in this, make sure check them out on Black Friday because they're going to have a site-wide 30% off sale. Just saying, just letting you know, because of course I ordered it and it signed me up for their newsletter, and then I got an email about it this yesterday. So
can I cancel my other one and use that?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
But I mean, they also have like kaiju sweaters too. So like, if you're looking for, there's a cool Godzilla sweater they have. So if you want a, Black Friday deal on that. But yeah, I mean, this is the perfect rug that I could think of. Like, there's not really a lot of options out there for like officially licensed, Godzilla or kaiju rug. So this is it for me, man. I'm super excited about it. Like, in the Godzilla Tower, like, come on.
I know.
Come on.
So cool.
Are you going to use
don't forget.
Use it or hang it like a tapestry?
Oh, I'm gonna use it.
That too. Oh, you could totally hang it up. I'm definitely using it because I've been wanting to put something just like I've been dying for
Okay.
a rug. I wanted a rug like so bad. This that, and then I really want one of those the neon signs. There's a couple I've been looking at. I want a neon sign so bad. And I saw Matt Frank just made one for his art, and oh man, he
Yeah,
would
dude.
design some
I've
of
got
those things
I've got an
because-
awesome neon sign idea for when I move. I can't wait to actually try to pursue that.
Nice.
I know
It's
there's,
not real
I really
neon,
want
thankfully,
one.
so it's not nearly
yeah?
as expensive. So yeah.
But
Yeah, but don't forget that's not the only Godzilla Tower item coming out next year. Don't forget the
True.
Toho Maniacs is coming out
That's
with
right.
their mini Godzilla Tower.
So I mean, hopefully we'll get. I mean, it's really cool. Just something unique and different. I like that kind of stuff. I know we all like things that are different, and we need more Godzilla Tower goodies. We love the Godzilla Tower.
We need a Pez dispenser or something.
Yes.
That would be great, John. A Godzilla Tower Pez dispenser would be amazing.
It would look perfect. Well, John, what do you have for your news? Your exciting
Okay,
news. for
I
this-
have a couple
this
items.
month's episode.
I have a couple items I'm really excited about. We were sharing one, but there was another that I just have to share. But this one, I've been waiting since 1979 for this one.
What?
Okay. Yes,
A long time coming.
As Leslie would say, because Marvel next year is planning to roll out an omnibus, as it's called, of the original Godzilla comic series.
Very cool.
In
that's
full
really cool.
color, and 3 different covers. So, like, if this is, you have to have this. This is just, I mean, the nostalgia value, everything, just classic Marvel Golden Age.
Yeah.
From 1977, it ran to 79. And I'm missing like 2 issues out of my collection. I shouldn't say that, I'm embarrassed. So it'll be just nice to have the whole,
and in
all
color
together.
too, because Dark Horse
Yeah.
released those, or I
Yeah.
think, and they were in. I remember getting it and being excited. I opened it up. I was like, black and white. Why?
Right. Yeah. That doesn't work. So here you go. That's
That'd be nice to have
any
color.
Godzilla book collection or comic book collector. I'm not a Godzilla comic book collector, but these were like all I had, along with the magazines back in those days. The Fangorias and the famous Monsters of Filmland. These were like the Bible, and that was it. Go along with your Viewmaster reel that got from the same artist or stolen art, whatever you want to. So, got to get this. Now, the second item is going to be hard to get, and it's available on the Godzilla store, and it's called The Record of G-1, and it's 400 pages. And it's going to be all behind the scenes for the new movie, and it's going to be an
all the
amazing
addresses, so John can go and find all the shooting locations.
I'm going to tell you, right when I left, the day after the movie was released on the Saturday, they started a tour.
Oh, are you serious, John? You gotta go back now.
Oh, it'll be over by the time I go back, but I'm going.
Oh no!
Because after you see, and you're gonna want to go. Everybody's gonna want to go. Okay, so this book, this is like 100. It's gonna be like $100. It's what 1,300. I'm getting that right. 13,000 yen. So that would have been $130, a year ago or so.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's got the plot, the scenario, initial designs, evolution of Godzilla design drawings. And if you get in early, they're apparently also including the storyboard script and an A2 poster. What? And if you get in early, like the pre-orders just went up, like I think 2 nights ago. And my Japanese friend is going to get it for me today. It's still available, because otherwise you may have to go through Buyee. I don't see it up on Amazon Japan yet, and I was like, are they going to do it? And you can't do the Buyee service on Godzilla.store. So it's like limited to the Japanese market, and there is like one. You can buy as many as you want, but you can only buy one at a time. And there's a special shipping cost as well. So this is going to be seminal work, I believe. So this is a must. Godzilla book collector.
Godzilla Man 2000 is asking how many pages?
400 pages, over 1,500 illustrations and photos. A complete record collection containing all the behind the scenes of the Godzilla 70th anniversary work, Godzilla Minus One.
And where do you pre-order it from?
To Godzilla.store, but you can't unless you have a Japanese address. They're not making it available to buy yet. So I think it's because it's limited. You got to get in.
So if you have a Tenso account,
you can do Tenso, or if you have a third party, yeah.
Or if you got a friend, that's going to live in Japan in a couple of weeks. Just saying.
Well, who would that be? Who would that be?
Yeah, talk to him. He's doing that.
I don't know. Somebody.
That's good stuff. Got to get that book. After you all enjoy the movie, you're gonna feel like you're 3 or 4 weeks behind in collecting, and you're gonna want to catch up real quick. So get it now while the getting is good. That's just all I'm saying. I'm out running. I mean, I bought so much stuff. The evening of Godzilla Day, God help me, because I was like, if I don't get it, it's gonna be gone.
Hey John, can I ask you a question? Like legit. I'm being serious when I ask this. No fun and games. But I just going by what you've been saying to us privately, and we talk privately, but I've never seen you this excited in a long time. I would say you're probably more excited about Minus One than Shin.
Yeah.
In your opinion, does Minus One feel like the better live action film so far from the Reiwa era?
They're two different. One is it's a reimagination of 54 in an awesome way. The other is a contemporary drama. One is a historical drama. The other is a contemporary. So they're kind of two different beasts that come from two different directions on Godzilla. But I'm going to tell you, Minus One is my favorite.
It topples Shin. It topples Shin for real.
Well, it's in my top. Yeah. Shin is now number 3.
Wow.
3? What? 3 or 4?
Yeah, 54 is number 2.
Right.
And
54,
and 74 is like 8 or 9 at this point, right?
Huh?
Where's 74 at?
That's number 4, maybe. I'm changing a lot. I'm changing.
I don't know you anymore. I don't know you anymore.
And I keep seeing, keep getting like, oh, I really love this. Like,
where's the truck at? There it is.
I'll be seeing you in some. I'm just seeing.
Okay.
Let me just tell you. Ooh,
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
it's too far.
Minus One takes you back to an age of time, and it's a wonderful story. It's a hard story. It's beautiful. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really. I'm having withdrawal symptoms because I just want to see it again, take it in, again and again. Oh man, it's a different God. It's just like we haven't seen this before. But it's so.
So are you going to get a job at the theater in your town that's going to show Minus One so that you could just see it like back to back every day
for free every day?
I've already got 2 tickets.
I wish we had it more than a week over here. Like I wish it was a little longer. I'm planning on going every day.
I feel like that.
I love it already. I don't even know anything about it, and I love it.
Leslie's like, how are you going to be able to afford? Oh, right.
Yeah, right. I mean, but John, do you see this film being like Shin, where it kind of divides the fan base, or do you see it actually bringing the fan base more together?
It brings everybody together.
Okay.
And Shin Godzilla is personal because of the experience of the earthquake, tsunami, and Fukushima situation. So it's hard for me even now for me to watch Shin Godzilla. It's just a little too. It's like this is really real Godzilla, in like this is real life. But Minus One, man, what a beautiful film!
I'm excited.
And I say divide because Shin Godzilla, I mean, let's face it, a lot of people were hung up on the evolution, the design. They called it ugly. They were hung up on the super long
Politics,
dialogue.
He ugly.
Yeah.
You know,
he
you know
ugly.
the wacky superpowers that he had. Like people were hung up on that, but not really appreciating the story. So that's why I said, would -1 divide like Shin divide?
No, I don't think it would.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to it.
I just want a good old.
What we've been looking for, and it does it so well. I think Yamazaki said this is the culmination of all his work to date. It really is.
Nice.
And it takes Godzilla like, man, do another one, please. Like, this is going to be hard for. Everyone thought the next Godzilla movie after Shin was going to be hard to follow. You know, that was going to be hard on the director. This one, like, didn't drop the ball. It picked it up and took it to another place. And like, whoever's coming behind, you got to decide if you're going to do old school tokusatsu or what are you going to do? Because I think Godzilla's now definitely going in multiple genres and type subgenres. With the shorts, where we get in the classic tokusatsu, but now we're in the CGI world.
And the animes. And...
Yeah, anime. So it's kind of like, what are we getting? What's on the menu? And set your expectations accordingly. Because the next movie, I don't know where they go. You either bring Ano and Higuchi back, or you go with Yam. What you gonna do?
He'll bring Kaneko back. Bring Kaneko back if you ask me.
Yeah. And he talked to Kaneko. He talked to him, in the interviews that I've read and things. So beautifully done.
Yeah, because GMK was one of those movies they showed.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What was that?
When Yamazaki had his film festival,
yeah,
GMK was one of the movies. So was Shin, I think, right?
Wasn't that
black and white too? Right? It was black and white.
And Ghidorah the three-headed monster, and which was that movie always just sits high. I can't get it high enough on my list.
Oh, now it's high. Okay. Oh, now it's high.
Man, you are never going to be able to get away from your list.
It was just this year. It was just like 4 months ago. Like, seriously, dude? Like, come on now. We can pull it up if you want to.
I'll tell you this. I always love going to Godzilla places, locations. I search them out. And when you do the research behind these places and things, is a different attachment to the movie for me. That's all. And it's like, man, you see the historical context, and it's like you kind of live in that. I love that I grew up in the Showa era, late Showa era, the 70s. It's like, so that's what makes, I think, -1 so special too. And if you go back and you watch please go back and watch Always, at least Always and Always 2. Definitely watch 1 and 2. Please watch 2. But you need 1 to appreciate 2. You're like, man, he keeps going back to this time, and he did it masterfully. I think.
Okay.
Me, I'm happy with -1 in every way. Great story, great script, great cast, great special effects, great Godzilla. And get your tissues and be prepared.
I don't know about that one, man. I don't know about that one. I mean, you cry. You cry if you lose coupons at the grocery store. So your parameters of crying is not really mine. So, no. I mean, I might sniffle, but not.
This will get you in all kinds of ways. I almost cry when I just listen to the soundtrack now because you remember.
Oh man, man up.
I'm weak as water, but I can't.
Man, get 4 jobs. Man up.
Get 4 jobs.
Y'all gonna enjoy it. You're gonna love it. I think you're gonna love it. You're gonna come out of the theater like, what did I just see? That was something. I think everybody in LA, I can't. I think they had the same experience. The Japanese did. I had the privilege to see it 3 times, and every time it just got better and better.
Nice.
And it's like, oh man. And like, I can't wait to see it again and again. I can't wait until Blu-ray. Give it to me. This is.
Oh, all the behind the scenes stuff. I'd love to see that.
Yes. Ooh, I can't show you the stuff I have right here next to me because that'll mess the movie up. But,
I feel bad for Godzilla X Kong now. Coming after -1.
I know.
Like, how are we gonna top that? How are we gonna
different?
But I get it.
So
it's a different genre for a different generation of Godzilla fans.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Because I haven't watched the Apple TV series yet. I'm gonna try tonight. But I'm so done. I'm so caught up in -1, it's like it's hard to get out of that world right now and like
Yeah.
shift into another storyline or universe. And 'cause
I
it's
mean,
like
we
too
can only
short.
imagine, John. We can only imagine.
How do we know?
Yeah,
dreamed
3
of.
How do
out
we
of
know?
4 co-hosts can only imagine.
Oh man, we're almost there, y'all. We're almost there.
I'm excited. I got high hope. I've been dying for like a good horror, scary Godzilla movie, like, which I mean, that's what we're getting. And
That's what you-
no, I'm super excited because I've been like, oh my gosh, like I was excited when like the legendary films are coming out. I just want like a, you know, Godzilla's just like mean, and I want like the horror Godzilla back, like from
Are
like
you
the
gonna-
54 films.
You're gonna get it, and you're gonna get it. I'm not gonna spoil because I know you've heard it already. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get Godzilla in a beautiful way, beautiful way.
Kyle's
Just a great new. And I wish. Let me just one complaint. I wish they would get all the figures that we know are gonna come out. I wish we would get them like right at the release time, like waiting for the SHMA. Wait, I need an X Plus.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
an X gigantic
Oh, I need an X Plus.
-1 today.
The
I
design
need
looks
a-
great too.
Yeah, and let me
I think
say
that's
about
what
the
you
design.
were saying after Shin Godzilla too, dude. I remember after Shin Godzilla, you were like, "Where's the X Plus?"
Yeah, and the Kyoto, if they do an exact, because I saw on Japanese Twitter last night, they were saying, "Are we going to get that exact model?" And we need an exact model. It fits so beautifully with the movie that it's like the design.
Where would
is
you
wonderful.
put that thing? I've seen your collection room. Where would you put it? In the garage? On the stove? Where would you put it?
I can't walk through my room now so bad. I had to get another row of shelves. It's bad.
Intervention. Intervention.
You know, guys, the actual title of this show is Collect All Monsters, but you can't see responsibly the subtitle there. It's like invisible. Responsibly collect all monsters, guys.
It's in the fine print.
It's in the fine print.
Too much. This is the best time ever for collecting. This is the
Oh
best
my
time
God,
to be a
yes.
Godzilla fan. I mean,
So
it's
much
it's
good stuff.
crazy. Yes, you
And
said it
Mars
earlier.
coming out with new stuff. Like, did you see that Mars Destroyer? Oh my God.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I cannot wait.
Did you
for
see the
that. I want
Godzilla
glitter.
2000 they're doing?
Yeah, yes.
Jeremy posted
Yeah.
it in the group. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that thing looks amazing.
That's
So
right.
that's exciting. New sculpts. I mean,
Beautiful
keep
skull.
it coming. Keep it coming.
What a time to
And they're
be a
getting
kaiju
bigger.
fan.
Yeah,
Yes.
and they're glitter figures. The Marathon glitter figures, ridiculous. The glitter
Almost
that they
too
use in
much.
that. Yeah, it's perfect for me. Like the style, whatever kind of glitter they use, super sparkly.
I think
love
Larry
it.
was just saying too many things coming out, like too much stuff. Yeah,
It is.
for sure.
Thank
It's just
God
like
for-
that's the whole. It's like
It's
never
hard to
ending.
keep up. Like my credit
It
card
is,
is like
it
boop,
is hard.
boop, 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 boop. Like, oh, pay that off later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Payment
right,
plans.
so-
Payment plans have been wonderful.
Oh yeah.
Because if we didn't have them,
Mhm.
Shopify
Thank
or
God for
whatever,
credit cards.
I'd be in real hard way, really messed up. But I just these payment plans are like wonderful. Because a few years ago they didn't seem to exist, and thank God. That's
All
my
right.
news.
So, well, hang on a second. We're just going to segue between you and what Jonathan Portman was going to talk about. So, Jonathan originally was going to join us because he was lucky enough to go to the premiere in Hollywood. And so he sent me a video since he's not able to be here with us. He sent me this video so we could play it. And this is just, some of the footage that he shot at the event. He went with his wife, Danelle, and they clearly had a great time.
Amazing.
Yeah, man.
And it's so cool that every once in a while this gets to happen. I don't know when the last one was, but I was at the 2004 Final Wars premiere or whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
That's, oh my God, that's
this
beautiful.
looks very cool as well. And I gotta say, later on you'll see all the guests that they brought out. I think it's awesome that they had Yamazaki come out and introduce the movie too.
How cool is that? Like they really made it like into a big deal, which it is a big deal. But I was like, wow, I haven't seen it. Like this was a little overwhelming when I was watching it. I was like, wow. Janelle was looking fabulous too. Oh my god.
It's If I could have gotten there, I would have been there because that was special.
If I wasn't all up in my own business with this Japan move, I would have been flying down to go see that for sure.
Oh, I should have went.
Yeah, California girl.
I know. I won't because like literally the weekend before we were doing Joe's birthday stuff. We spent way too much money. I was like, damn. But you know what? It wasn't worth it. Money is just money. You know,
money's just money.
Oh, you got
money
that
comes,
right.
money goes.
I thought for sure that you would have went, Christine, because right there in your backyard.
I know. I'm like, that's why I couldn't do the day off work either because I'd taken the Friday off.
It is like because you guys are kind of up in near. Like
it was like a
near the
6-hour
middle
drive.
of California, right?
Oh, okay.
No, not by the top. So like, I would have had to drive down, but I couldn't get the day off work. So I'm like, well, by the time I get off, it's already going to be. I'll be running over by the time I get down there.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
Well, anyway, super cool that they did that. Really awesome.
Thanks for the footage, Jonathan.
Event. Yes, thank you very much, Jonathan, for sharing. And I'll go ahead and kick off my news item because. You guys know what I do for a living, right? I'm a graphic designer. Oh, wait, I need to open my images.
And one of the best people to do it, too.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Okay, so now, you know, I just did that wrong. That's the quit button. Don't do that.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, I don't need to magically disappear from the stream again. I've had enough of that this year. Okay, so as you guys know, we had Godzilla Day on November 3rd, and every year I watch the streams when they happen, but this year I couldn't watch it because they messed up the audio so bad that it was really irritating me as a streamer. I was like, I can't deal with this. So plus I also didn't really want to see any spoilers for Minus One. So I'm going to talk about product. What's the coolest product I saw that came out of the Godzilla Fest 2023? Is it the Mechagodzilla motor wrench? No, no, it is not. It actually might have been announced beforehand, but regardless, we're just continue with my narrative here. Is it that? No, it is not the motor wrench. Is it the fact that they actually freaking made a Boggin figure? No, it is not that. As a graphic designer, it is the fact that the 70th anniversary logo is so good. It is such a good logo. When I saw them bring it up on screen, I was immediately like, this blows everything else they've done away, in my opinion. My graphic design professional opinion. But also, like, they've just been doing some really strong designs over the past couple of years. So for me, this was my news item because not only do they have this cool logo, but it is available on items. Like I think this is a sticker or a badge. And then they have their coin, classic if you're into collecting the coins are coins. Nice. This is the enamel pin, I think it is. That's nice. Then last but not least, they have a hoodie.
Oh, I like that.
However, let me just blow myself up for a second. Toho, what are you doing? Shooting yourself in the foot. This hoodie is only available in size medium and large.
Come on, bro.
In Japanese sizes. Come on.
Come on, bro. I can't fit that around my thigh.
That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so there you go. That's my news item. My news item was the 70th logo, which I think is so rad.
An extra medium hoodie.
An extra medium hoodie.
An extra medium hoodie? Really? Toho, really? We deserve better.
My wife calls it. Yeah.
I mean,
maybe the new Godzilla shop is going to get them at some point, as a year.
Maybe. That would be great if actually the Godzilla store that's accessible here in the States started carrying Minus One stuff when the movie comes out.
I mean, Toho realized, you got fans all over the world. Some fans grew up on vegan food, and you got people that, like me, that grew up on chitlins and collard greens and cornbread, and my size is kind of reflective of that. An extra medium? Come on now. I can't put that around my thigh. It'll cut my blood. It'll cut my blood off. So come on, give me at least a 2X. Give me a 2X. I think I deserve it. I mean, I've been supporting you for the past like 40 some odd years. I mean, thank you, Ultraman. I appreciate it, Ultraman. Let him know.
Feels your pain. Feels the pain. All right. Well, guys, this episode is going along swimmingly. Thank you so much to the 42 people who are watching live on Facebook and YouTube. Don't forget, hey, if you're watching live, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like button for us. And if you haven't subscribed to us, go ahead and do so. And there's this cool bell thing. If you're on the internet, on the YouTube internet, you can get notified when we have new episodes. So there you go. Not gonna plug the show too much and be a total shill for this, but we're here for your enjoyment quite often, and we love doing this show, and we want to keep this show growing as the years go on. So we'll go ahead and continue with the show after our intermission. So we got just about 2 minutes, and then we'll be back to talk about John's trip to Japan.
Yay!
See you soon.
Godzilla versus his enemies of destruction, the king of all monsters, against the baddest beasts of all time, Rodan, Mothra, Ghidra, Mecha Ghidra, and Mecha Godzilla. It's an eye-flashing, tail-whipping, building-bashing Godzilla war, and only the strong survive. Godzilla rules.
目撃しているゴジラ新世紀。ゴジラが吠える、オルガがうなる、迫力の爆音が響く。激突サウンドゴジラ対オルガ、そして透明度。魂を解き放て、ドンドンドン。破壊神降臨、シアゴジラ。ドン、ゴジラならやってくれる。入銀。
Welcome back to Collect All Monsters, episode 46. And nice. Christine's been replaced by the Neo Player One during Godzilla. And, we're going to finish. So usually what we do is we do like a big segment. And so this segment is actually produced by Mr. John Ruffin, our resident kaiju scholar. And everybody loves hearing about John's tales when he goes to Japan. And he is going to... Are you ready for me to go ahead and fire this up, man? Or should I wait for a cue? Well, here you go. I'm just going to let this man take it away because I can't wait to hear about your trip, dude.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Well, it's a pleasure to talk about these things. I don't get to talk about going to Japan often enough. And it's always wonderful and a privilege. In a world that's so messed up, I'm so grateful to be with you all, to be fans with you all, and to know you all, and have the honor to share with you these kind of blessings. This is second trip of the year, and it was my intention, if God was willing, to go to Japan twice. And it's a special year because my first trip was in 1994. So next year is like my 30th. 30 years of going to Japan, and it'll be my 30th trip, my next trip, hopefully next year.
Gosh.
So it's like 30 for 30. So my first trip on my old Macintosh, old classic Mac, I made a little logo. Okay. So I always, when I go on a trip, I make my little logo, and this is my G70 in celebration of Godzilla's 70th birthday. So I made my little trip. It was just for 7 days, left on the 29th, came back on the 5th. And it was just fantastic. It was fantastic to see so many of us and to be there for Godzilla Day and for Minus One. 2016 was awesome for Shin Godzilla, but this was just, and there were a lot of things I wanted to do, a few things that I didn't get to do, but it's okay. And the weather was beautiful, perfect. I took a jacket and didn't have to wear it. You know, I wore it on one day and it was just too hot. So everything worked out beautifully. With that said, let me just take you through my 7 days in Japan. First up on day one, oops, let me click on this here, not mess up. Day one, I left out in the evening and arrived in the evening. Little plane going to Montreal, and then the big plane. It's amazing to see how many people they can pack on those big planes. It's just crazy. And I'm always all the way in the back. By the time I'm so far in the back, by the time they arrive in Japan, I'm just leaving from Canada. But it was a great flight. But quietly, did you all see what happened to the Air Canada flight? The same flight I had back to Toronto. What happened like 5 days ago?
Oh
As
no!
the wind shear hit it, and it landed on one wheel, and they were able to right it. But it was man, I was just on that flight last Sunday, coming back,
I don't like
same
flying.
number, everything. I was like, oh man,
Dang.
they were just fine. Awesome pilots. But I arrived in Japan. It was late. I got to Narita. I love going to Haneda. I wish we were all together. It's just something takes over you when you get to Japan. It's just wonderful. And the first place I wanted to go was to the Konbini, to 7-Eleven. But with that said, I just went straight, headed toward the hotel, but I had to stop because I don't have a phone, but I got a phone. I got an iPhone, but it has no. I don't use the phone.
What?
I got it just for the trip.
Oh, no. Okay.
So I could take better pictures. But hopefully next time our next camp episode, I think it'll be better quality. Okay. With that said, day one was about just going out. I always stay in a little cube in Asakusa and Kuromae station is a wonderful location away from the hustle and bustle, but you always have to take an extra train to kind of get to the main line. But it's okay. It's wonderful. With that said, day two, I'm ready to go. And day two was a special day because I had some really special things planned. Out the gate, I always like to go. Well, I knew Godzilla Day was coming. So I was like, I got to hit up all the special kind of traditional Godzilla places you have to go. But it was a special place I was going to first. But I'm going to mention these first. I went to Hibiya Godzilla Square, got to see Shin Godzilla, and all the wonderful things that were ready and waiting before Godzilla Day. And I went to this wonderful Godzilla store pop-up inside. It's called Chanter Hibiya, which is right adjacent to the statue. And inside they have the Toho Walk of Fame, and that's Takarada-san's hand. There's a whole wall of all hands, and down in the basement of the Chanter Hibiya. And so I put
that
that
used
up
to be on the ground of the outside Hibiya back before they did the Shin Godzilla, when they had the Heisei statue out there. Takarada's handprint and his signature and a whole bunch of other people, like what John's talking about. So I'm glad they salvaged that and used it again.
Yeah. So now they're like in a corridor, as I remember, and you can just walk. They have pictures of it, and they're much better, I think, displayed and can be appreciated. So really cool to just to go through, and they have it in English as well, so you can know whose hands you are seeing. Nice. And then before I went to, outside is all, minus one, big display in the window. And once you go through the door, something waiting for you. And before I headed to Shinjuku and to the Godzilla head, I went to early in the morning, before I went to any of these places, I went to a very special place that one would have to go to when this movie is turning, is it 50 years old? And I missed the unveiling of a particular character during Godzilla Day, but I knew I was actually going to a special place. So let me show you.
Oh,
I didn't do the video.
Oh
That's
my God! No way!
Yes. I found the Blue Box House, the home of inventor
Ibuki.
Ibuki, and Jet Jaguar's headquarters and home and where he was created. It used to
look
be
at
nothing else around the big this big blue box, nothing else. But it's a beautiful location, and you have to be real quiet because it is a neighborhood. And I just creeped up there, and I had a video. But the video, I don't know. Oh, there's the video. Here we go. Let's enjoy the video. Give it 1 second. I was real quiet.
It looks so different.
So different.
Yeah, 'cause in the movie, it's like there was nothing but field.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's all
Oh my
developed like a
gosh.
typical.
I didn't even know it was
Tokyo.
still around.
Yes, and it's still in perfect condition. And you know, I've been
That's
studying it. I did a
crazy.
blog on this and about who designed it and who did the also mural art that was on the front. I didn't realize from what I can looking at the blueprints and looking at the photos of the interior, they actually filmed the movie inside too.
Wow.
And so I was just like blown away. It's
That's
still
really
in the
cool.
same condition. And awesome. And whoops, from a distance, I had this all out of order. From a distance, you can just see this little blue box hanging. You know, the other homes are adjacent to it, but you can really see it's so cool. So
Hey,
cool.
I got a question though. If you go back to that shot of the house and it has a car in the garage,
Yes.
how do they get out of the car if they park it like? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Well,
They drive on the right side of the car. I'm
That's
sorry.
right. That's right.
I'm sorry.
Great observation.
That's wonderful, though.
I was wondering, like, how the hell did he park it and got out the car? Like, how did that happen? Then
I was looking
I'm
for
sorry.
the baby rider. I wanted the baby rider to come, you know, right out of there.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had to be. It is a residential area, so like, you know, a group of us should not go or anything like that. And I was trying to just get in and get out, take a picture because I think there's a very famous, you know, piece of architecture. It's a series of houses by the architect whose name I'm going to get wrong, so I won't say it. But this was real.
Cool to live in that house. Like they must know the people that live there. Like you.
They have to know.
Yes. Oh, they do
And
know. It's the 4th generation of owners, and they had a write-up on the house in Brutus magazine about 2017, 2018. I'm trying to get my hands on it. Yeah. So you can learn all about the house, and it has been a little bit remodeled, a little bit inside, but it still has. They filmed the movie inside. They definitely did.
You know what? I love that. I love that because honestly, say what you will about Megalon, but that house and that movie is the reason why I'm sitting in this chair right now. That was the movie that made me a fan. I will never bash Megalon. I know some folks don't like it, but that film is the reason why me and a lot of people became Godzilla fans in the first place. That film and that house right there.
Very true. Very true.
I'm connected now to the film in a way I wasn't before. There's aspects about the background of this house that fit so perfectly with the film. There's subtleties about it that are really fascinating. If you look at the background, just in the history of this type of architecture, that kind of fits with the idea of very communist kind of, and you think about Seatopia and this, you know, just messing with our kingdom, our world, you know, it's a very interesting. And even the design on the interior and the ideas behind this, the architect was basically like, he had his motto, if it looks good, it's good. You know, like if it's designed well, if it's beautiful, you know, just go with it kind of like attitude, which is fascinating. But this was a high mark and I had to go. It was on my mind. I'm going to find this house. And it was only about a 40-minute train ride in Tokyo. So, but everyone should go running. And look at the steps.
They should have like a little, they should have like a little Jet Jaguar, like, you know, toys sitting on the, or something.
I would.
It's a beautiful neighborhood. I have more shots on my website if you want to check it out and just learn about the architecture and all that good stuff. And the graphic designer who designed the art that's in the garage, just some interesting. He also that graphic designer also did designs for the Tokyo Olympics. I think it's 68 or something like that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, let me hurry. push along here. Okay. Same day, this was back at Hibiya Godzilla Square. This right on the inside of the Chanter Hibiya department store. You're greeted by this incredible representation of Godzilla. I don't think they're calling it My Goji Minus One. Just impressive. And then they have a really, really, really awesome exhibit going on upstairs.
Oh,
Ichizo 150th anniversary. He founded Toho, and just to get to see this, to get to see the Shodai Godzilla was like, man, this is everything. And I'm glad I went the day that I went.
That's awesome.
Before it would be overrun by everyone, and it was crowded it was relatively crowded when I went up there, and just fantastic exhibit for Toho and everything else. They had the couple scripts there for Godzilla Raise Again and for Shodai Godzilla. It was just awesome.
So John, that 54 suit was there on site too, along with the -1 suit.
Yes.
The Alpha and the Omega. You can't get no better than that.
And when you go down the escalator, you see the -1 down below, and you're like, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah,
hey, John.
Carl.
Godzilla Man 2000 is asking about regarding the Megalon house. Do they welcome fans to see the house? And that's a good question. I think it's good to set expectations.
No. I'll be honest with you. It's such a residential area. I was kind of I'm going up in someone's private property, and I wouldn't do it again. I just kind of got in and got out, and I'm pretty sure they probably have cameras. And this is a piece of architectural history. I would love to get a tour of the house. I'm not going to lie, because it's still, from the pictures that are available, it still has it's just a beautiful design, and you would feel that Megalon experience, no doubt about it, that you just wait for Jet Jaguar to pop out of the closet. It would just be like, and inside there's what do they call it? It's a lounge area that sits down in the floor.
Oh, a conversation pit.
Yes. And
nice.
It's still there.
So 70s.
And it's in the movie, and I never noticed it before. I took stills of every use of the Big Blue House out of the movie. It's in the movie for almost half the movie. I didn't realize how much time, and I started piecing together with the blueprint each scene in the movie where it is on the blueprint, and it matches. It's fascinating, and that seating arrangement, that pit, man, is like, yeah. This and what in the original, when it was first built, it was finished in 1971. They would have bamboo shoots that would go up into that circle area. It went up like almost into the house. He has really fascinating design. So it's a cantilever that sits out from the cliff, looks like it's floating. They didn't want to intentionally use any support pillars, because back then that was the thing, the cantilever, like it just looks like it's floating. You found it, Colin. You were the man. So fascinating.
I still know how to produce.
Indeed. It's fascinating. Design. You think about the period the movie was made in. It just gives you a different appreciation for the film and background. So, don't go too deep in the site. You might run into some real big trouble. I've got some real bad spoilers.
I'll be careful. I'll be careful. I ran away from that with a heartbeat. I know, right? Sean, thank you for the warning. I mean, I kind of knew, but that was a little bit of a UI flub on my part. I was like, oh, I'll hit this for the next picture. I was like, oh no, hang on, back.
There's a picture that'll just mess you up, and I put it in blazing glory. Tell anybody you take that spoiler alert, they'll tell you everything. Okay.
All right. Sorry about that. All right, back to your presentation, man.
So next place was Hotel Gracery.
Yeah, the
and
Gracery.
I had a special treat from one of our great Godzilla fans, and I'll talk about it in a couple slides from now. But I went over on day 2, and I was just surprised to see Kuru. It was just so awesome. These suits are amazing in person.
Yeah.
I'm a slightly over 6 feet tall. And this thing was like just I don't cuss, but it was bad. It was all that. And to see the little displays, I mean, the miniatures with it, the city. Back in March, they had the Heisei Godzilla suit, that's salvaged. But this was just awesome. This is up on the 8th floor. You have to go to get on to roof
Wow.
to, or yeah. And this was just fantastic. And then they
That
have
does
that.
look cool. It looks cool.
It's awesome. And I got other pics and videos. I didn't want to walk away. It's just, I would love to be on the set. Okay.
Leslie, you're
And
going
then-
for the 70th, right?
Yes.
That's your plan, dude. Oh my god. So when you go, if anybody followed Helmy's stuff, sorry, I'm gonna unscreen you for a second here, but if anybody was following Helmy's adventures or Louie's adventures, oh my god, Monster
Yeah,
Lou,
wow.
oh my god, that's another conversation all in itself. Oh, be still my heart with her trip with her guy.
Amazing
Oh my
trip.
god, amazing. But anyway, Godzilla wise, there are so many opportunities to see life-size suits like this in Japan right now. It's kind of unprecedented. Like back when I started going 10 years ago, it was like nothing. There was the Hibiya statue, which was not even life-size. That's like basically like a 60 centimeter tall statue or something like that. And then that was it. And then it wasn't until like Shin Godzilla came out that those life-size pieces started hitting. And I got a picture with Jessica Etchels in front of the Shin Godzilla when it was like a little pop-up when we went in 2017. But yeah, seeing these things being more accessible now. There's like a 55 suit, the 54 suit that John showed.
A 55
There's
suit?
an
Oh, yeah,
there's a 55 suit in
Yeah,
Osaka.
I think Osaka. Yeah.
Anyway, I hope I'm not stepping on your toes, John. It's just because Leslie's going next year for the 70th. I think that it's going to even blow up even further. So you're gonna have like an insanely awesome experience, like going for the 70th, dude. Like you're gonna see so much stuff like this. That's my prediction. Hopefully,
I agree.
for the 70th, what would just really put the cherry on top for the 70th is if they do the same stuff they did for the this year, right, for Godzilla Day, and then you do something like have a full blown DNA of DNA of Tokusatsu exhibit in Tokyo, so you could see that it would be all about Godzilla. The one I went to in 2018 was all Godzilla related, or all Toho and Godzilla related, and it was so rad. I want people to come for a anniversary or a Godzilla Fest like that and be able to see something at the same time. I think it's sort of a shame that they don't line up like that.
This is going to be Kyle 2 weeks. This is going to be Kyle 2 weeks after I get there. You going home anytime soon?
No way.
I love you.
Wait, dude. I can't wait.
Like I love you, but your feet smell like corn chips. You got to go back home. So, anyways, go ahead, John.
Make your trip at least 14 days. It should be 2 weeks, because if these exhibits are going on and all, you've got to take it all in. And you might. They raised the price of the rail pass. They're trying to. There's a lot of foreign visitors right now, and they raised the price of the rail pass. It was like for 7 days, it was like $235. It's up to $500, almost $500. No, $3 something with the yen. So almost $400. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, basically they raised the price. So okay, I'm just gonna nerd out about Japan for a second with you guys for a second, if you don't mind. So yes, John's right. The Japan Rail Pass, which is sort of the blanket pass that allows you to ride any JR line with some real small exceptions. It was a countrywide pass, and basically they raised the price of that to discourage so many people from getting it, because everybody's getting this pass that gives you access to the entire country, but a majority of those travelers, like a crazy majority, were basically going from Tokyo to Osaka or Kyoto, and like that was what was happening, is like all of this other travel was wasted, so they raised the price to discourage people from getting that. Instead, what people are supposed to do is you're supposed to do a little bit of research on the different rail passes that are available for the areas you want to visit. So instead of getting like a week pass that gives you the entire country, which is so freeing and you can still do that, but you're just going to be paying for it. They encourage you to say, okay, well, I want to go to Okayama Prefecture this week or this weekend, so I'm going to get this pass that takes me to Okayama Prefecture and the 3 neighboring prefectures as well. So that's what they're hoping to do. So there is, of course, a pass that will get you from Tokyo to Osaka or Tokyo to Kyoto as well. So when this got announced like a while ago, a whole bunch of like YouTubers and podcasters were super up in arms about it, but thankfully like a whole bunch of information kind of came out, and that is unfortunately the due diligence of a traveler is to like go and find that stuff. So when you get there, Leslie, I will know all that stuff back and forth so we can have no problem traveling outside of Tokyo to go see some awesome stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, this trip I was staying just in Tokyo, so it was like, no, I'm not gonna need.
Yeah, right. Pass. Yeah, there's no need to get a rail pass or anything like that. If you hang on a second though, this is a good example. Okay, so I've done 2 Kaiju Cast trips to Japan, and both of those trips we were lucky enough to go up and see an incredible collection in Fukushima Prefecture. Right now, normally, if you, let's say, John, if you wanted to go visit Yuji in Fukushima, you would have to buy a Shinkansen ticket from Tokyo to Fukushima and the Shinkansen from back to Tokyo, right? So what you're looking at there is, I think, $75 each way. So it's about $150. So if you're doing it, it's, it's like, whoa, that better be an awesome collection. And it was, of course. But the the deal is like now that kind of thing, like if you're like, oh, I'm just going to be in Tokyo. And if you're like, what, there is a crazy collection or there's some, DNA exhibit in Saga Prefecture, you can now do the research to find out how much it's going to cost to get that rail pass that takes you there. And hopefully it'll be a better deal than just buying the actual tickets itself. So it still helps to have somebody who knows what they're doing if they're a traveler or a local. But yeah, definitely they upped the game. They leveled up their hardness for the rail pass stuff for Japan this year. It started in October. I think Louie and her guy got their rail passes before the increase, which is
and I saw them.
Yeah, dude. I saw
awesome.
First up, I saw pictures of you with Helmy. He just posted photos, I think, on Instagram of like the big party in the Godzilla room. Yeah, but I don't want to steal your thunder because you're still doing your presentation. So I'm glad we got to talk about Japan a little bit here, though. So I'm going to give you the floor back, my friend.
That's all good. Yeah, that's important details before you go, because you have to get the rail pass before you leave. You can't get there and pick it up. So with that said, from Shinjuku, let's see, my next, Godzilla head, and then the next day, day 3, and it was good. It was a good day, but it was a day I started to focus on getting my tickets for -1 and shopping. And when the awesome thing is, when I came out from my queue, I found another collectible shop right down the street called Hobby Toy something. And so then I headed over to where I intended to see the movie first. And my dear friend got me the ticket for Godzilla Day, 9:30 in the 9:30 showing, the earliest showing. So I knew after I had seen it, I'd have to make a dash over to Hibiya Square for Godzilla Day. So I decided to go over to Ueno Theaters, where I saw it first, and make sure I knew where it was. Went up to see if I could get another ticket for another day, but they weren't selling tickets till like 2 days out from the release day. So it was like, oh man! So I decided I'll end up going back the following day just to get another ticket. I can I loaded up because I wanted to see it at least 3 times. With that said, then I went over to Humax Cinema. This is to me, is a very special theater for Godzilla movies. This is the same area where the theater that this replaced, I saw Space Godzilla at. So it's I always like to go back to Ikebukuro. This is down the street from Sunshine City. So I went over there to just reminisce and see if I can get a ticket for Saturday for my last showing because I wanted to see it here. With that said, after that, what did I do? Let me jump ahead because I don't want to. Let me say. Okay. After that, the next step was, well, let me start hitting up the shops or the places I wanted to see. So I came to Humax Cinema to see if I could get a ticket, but I couldn't. But I was going to a special place over at Tobu Department Store, and Kyle already showed the video. After that, I went to Nakano Broadway to get my shop on at Kaiju Paradise. I mean, it's like shopping paradise. It's heaven on earth. But what I saw over at Tobu Department Store in Ikebukuro, right around the corner from the Humax Cinema, was the awesome Tokusatsu no DNA pop-up shop. And going up the escalator and just seeing that, I was like, oh man, and seeing it in person, actually seeing a Godzilla prop in person is just a whole nother thing. And this is I think the water used for the water suit, the half body, and the Ghidorah from the Mothra series. Is
that Grand King Ghidorah? Is that Grand King Ghidorah?
Okay. Just a single head, or I guess for hand work or close-ups and whatnot. Just fantastic. And afterward, I got my shop on because right on the other side is the awesome shop. Boy, I shopped. I just got stuff and didn't stop. But this was so awesome to see. This was awesome to see in person. And then day 3 ended awesomely because Helmy had sent me an invitation to come on down and meet him at 8:00 in Shinjuku at the hotel. And this was a treat. This was a tremendous treat because I had never been to the Godzilla room before, and it was just fantastic. Thank you, Helmy. It was a pleasure to meet you in person. Oh, you're awesome, and your girlfriend, and the group that you were with, and to see Louie and her boyfriend and her Japanese friend, and then to meet Norman England in person because you all did that awesome tour, which I will not talk about, and all the others who were there. It was just fantastic. Thank you so much because that capped off day 3 for me in an amazing way. I would love to stay there. I would try to stay there at least once. And I have a video, but I won't show it because it'll, but it's an awesome experience that you get to have in the room. It's really dope. Really dope. Yeah. Great, just fantastic. Day 4 was about.
I'm so glad you got to go, dude.
I had never been, and I didn't know if it was ever going to happen. I was like, well.
It's ridiculously expensive for a single room, right? And John, my man up there in the corner, he is don't you stay in the internet cafes sometimes?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's just it's very cheap to do. Yeah.
Yes. I
respect a cheap traveler.
Because I want
hats off to you, sir.
Yeah.
I don't spend my time in the hotel or in my room,
right?
Except to sleep and eat, and that's it. I'm not and to watch Japanese TV. That's it. Otherwise, you want to be out, and unfortunately, I'm old, and I get tired. By 4 or 5 o'clock, I'm spent, and you got to get it in, and I don't need And to be honest with you, Japanese hotel rooms are small in general. So would you rather pay $35 a night and stay in a cool cube, or $100+ a night in what's really a cube anyway? I'm just saying. I only spent $250 for 7 nights.
What? Oh my gosh, that's great.
And a great cube. Look, you got your TV, you in your cube, you're happy. All your amenities you need, your bathrobe. Everything is there. It's just great. I don't mind because
Who needs a ceiling, right? Who needs a ceiling? Who needs privacy?
Now these cubes you do. They're
not John Ruffin.
I don't know. I've gotten you. I mean, when I lived there and living on the mountain in Karuizawa, you were students, you just living like you're camping. And I don't need all that. No, not for Japan. You want to be out. You want to spend your money on the shopping. You want to spend your money on the food. Don't waste your money on the hotel.
goodies.
Yeah. Now, if I was with another person, I couldn't do it. But by myself, 99% of the time, I'm by myself. Give me my cube at my by my stays is called $35, $40 a night. Can't beat it. Okay, so day 4 is about get my tickets. My wonderful friend got me my ticket for Godzilla Day to see -1, and I got my ticket for the next morning on Saturday morning, and I was all set. And then on my way to Akihabara to do some shopping, they had an awesome Godzilla pop-up shop. I bought so much stuff, they gave me a little gift on the way. Okay, so day 4 was awesome in that regard. And then Godzilla Day came, and it was on. It was on. And I got over there an hour early, and the theater filled up. Everyone was just stoked. And what was funny, I don't know, in the first viewing, I think it was all guys. I don't think I saw.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at John in the corner with that serious look. He got that Denzel Washington. he got that
pictures of myself.
Look at that. He got that Denzel Washington look that says, "You know what? Don't look at me, woman. I will get you pregnant." That's how he's looking. Go ahead, John, with your bad self.
Look, y'all, this movie was something. It was great. It was packed out. It was intense. You could hear people crying. I had my mask on. Everyone's masked up. And I tell you, I bawled a couple times.
Aww.
And you just kind of like, I was hyperventilating. With my mask, and I couldn't breathe out. And I was just like,
bruh.
Like, yeah. And then,
bruh.
We know.
I'm not over the crying thing. I'm sorry. I'm not over that.
It gets you. It'll get you. It'll get you. Trust me. And at the end is like a big. Shin Godzilla was tough because it's very like, oh, it's reliving something. This is just. But you at the end, and even when I hear the music, I'm just like, just waiting to exhale because it's really like emotional. You really want to emotion. You're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it, and I can't wait to get your response. And then after the movie, it was 12:30. I had to meet my friend, and then run over to Godzilla Day. And I was so happy as we were walking our way over. The Godzilla truck went by.
You saw the truck.
Perfect.
You saw the truck.
It was zipping by because we're right here by the Toho building where the old Nishigeki Theater used to be, which is prominent, in the movie. And there it was. I said, there it is. And that was all I saw of it. It was gone. It was gone. But I was so glad.
Why'd you run after it?
He's on a mission.
Because that's a big street.
Okay.
You can see, and I had to zoom in because I got it. I got 2 shots of it before it got under the bridge.
Wow.
Because that's the famous bridge where
stop anywhere or just
84 picks up the Shinkansen.
Really? Really?
Oh. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's awesome, man.
Shinkansen goes through, man, and that's it. That's the building right there. Is, the Toho. I forgot the name. It's not called the Toho building, but that's the cinema. Toho Cinema is there. He bangs up against. That's it. And
that clear building that had its reflection. He bumps into it with his head. Yeah, that one. Okay.
And so
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Across the street, about a half a block up, is Hibiya Godzilla Square. So I met my friend at the station there. We walked up, and then we walked across the street, went to the square, and right around the corner, and there's the big stage. And we were able to walk right up to the standing crowd. It was packed out. But we got right in. And then when that segment was over, we went around the corner, and there was the giant Mothra. And then was Ed Holland, my great friend Ed Holland, Nakajima's daughter, Sonoe, she was there. Yes. All got a group shot together. It was just so great to see everybody. Gonzalez was there. It was just awesome. It just felt like family.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Christine, if you and I were there, you know what I would do? I would tell you, Christine, You grab one wing, I'm gonna grab the other wing, and we're gonna run like hell. Would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do it?
Next year too, so maybe we'll get the chance. Well,
Like-
wait, if the Biolante one's up there, take that one instead.
We need 3 or 4 people though. We need 3 or 4 people for Biolante.
Yeah.
We can do this.
That's the whole crew's job, right? All the co-hosts at once. The heist of a century. Oh wait, we're live. Shh.
Oh, that's funny.
Back over at the Chanter Habia department store, up on the floor where they have the shop, they have the huge Gojiban Biolante.
Oh,
Big,
okay,
huge.
take
I
that
meant to
one.
include
Oh,
the
they
picture.
did have it. Yeah.
Yes. I forgot to include the picture. I knew I had to keep my slides to a minimum. But so quickly, quickly, I had to 3:30 was my next showing of Minus One. So we left and on our way, and we went back, got to see it again, and I went to the Godzilla store, and the line was out the door. And
Oh, wow.
Got there a half hour before it closed, and the line was wrapped around the street. But we got in, got some goodies, because there was certain Godzilla Minus One merch that you could have to wait till Friday to get. So the line was out the door, and I was able to get some more vinyls and things like that. And then with that said, the next day on Saturday, I had my spot at Humax Cinemas and got my popcorn, the half and half caramel and salty, and just
doing it up.
down.
All right.
Took it all in. It was awesome.
Wait,
And
what
after
was
that,
it? What was the flavoring on your popcorn?
Caramel on one half is called half and half, and the other is the salt, just a butter and salt and butter.
Nice,
whatever it is.
dude. Japan does popcorn, chef's kiss style.
Yes,
They can do that. They can do that.
Oh yeah, yes. It's half and half. See the little divider. And then what's so cool? This theater is done many of the talk shows that you may hear about. So Ano-san and Yamazaki-san were there like a week and a half before I got there, and they had all
no
their
way.
boards with their signatures. I have other photos of them. So going into the theater was like, here's all they were just there doing their talk show, just like they did in LA, but they were there. And everyone goes to this theater, they do all the great, I think they showed the black and white version of Shin Godzilla here. They did the Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster here a few weeks back. So this is like the spot. There in Ikebukuro, it's like, I love it. It's an intimate theater. It's a beautiful theater. Matter of fact, to me, the sound was better. No. I went to the Square X in Shinjuku it's called 109 Cinemas Premium. And it has the 2 screens like my screen back here that go off from the left and right side. Boy, the sound and it was amazing to watch the movie in that experience. It was like wraparound. And there's certain scenes that really just play beautifully. So that was like, I didn't get to see it in IMAX. I'll see it here in IMAX, but to see it on this screen and see it on the Square X, well worth it. And that was what Saturday was all about for me. And then day 7, when I got back to my room Saturday night, found out my plane was delayed by a couple hours, and it worked out to be wonderful. So my flight, instead of being at 6 o'clock, was at 8 o'clock. And so I was like, what am I going to do in Tokyo for like 6 hours before I have to get back to the airport? Well, how about have lunch with Godzilla over at is it the Setagawa Literary Museum? Where you have the incredible
cool
Godzilla Millennium suit, and you sit right next to it and you have your lunch right there.
Oh my God.
And I think this might be the suit they use to do the capture for the new figure that's coming out. I can't wait for that figure. It's going to be like having your own Godzilla suit. This was just awesome to see. And since I was in, is it Setagaya? Since I was there, and I rarely get on a bus in Japan because I get nervous about bus rides, but a little 19-minute bus ride right on over to Toho Studios.
Oh, yeah.
Prefecture. So I went over there, and that was a perfect ending to my trip for me.
Oh my gosh.
Then it was Owari.
Yay!
Oh my God. You always have the most amazing trips.
I want to go. I want to go.
You don't get tired. Thank you, Kyle, for allowing me to share and for the time. That was like, every trip just gets better and better, and the memories get deeper and long, and just go to Japan if you're just a privilege to go. And Kyle, we're excited for you, man. You and Lady Kyle.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Amazing.
Actually, you know what?
Novita, Mr. Love. Novita, thank you.
You know what? John, that's like the perfect segue for what I was talking about. You think you can cue it up for me so Kyle can share it?
Yep. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Well, Kyle, let me preface this by saying this. Again, this is going to be pretty much your last show here in the States. And we wanted to do something special for you. I mean, of course, you got this shirt coming. But I had John whip up a graphic for you. And he's going to send it to you so you can share it here on the show, if you can.
Oh, gosh, I'm messing up here. Give me 1 second. Give me a moment. I'm really messing up here.
Oh, I can't believe it. Your last show in the U.S. coming live.
Yeah, no. Wow, it's happening. It's happening.
It is weird, right? Like, it feels really weird. But I'm very excited. I mean, I guess, like, I've been working towards this for so long. Like, now that, like, as we continue, we had like some crazy like lame hiccups about a month ago, but all of those are like we sort of crested those and we're back into good territory. So like every day there's like good progress happening, and every day there's like I feel like better and better about this. Like I always felt great about it, but just that nervousness and stress.
Final countdown.
Yeah.
All right, I see it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So cute.
Kyle, I had John whip this up this afternoon because again I was trying to figure out what could we do, to signify this awesome moment. And I'm sure I speak on behalf of Kyle. David, of course, is not here, unfortunately, and Jonathan. And Nick Sides, and of course, Christine, and everybody that supported this project from day one. We are so... I'm sorry, hold on.
Grateful.
I'm sorry, I was, if I cried, then so be it, laugh at me, I don't care. But...
I mean, it's no minus one, right, John?
Right, but I speak... But I speak on behalf of everybody that when you brought this project together, I mean, as an evolution of the Kaiju cast, and you chose myself, John, David, Christine, and of course, Nick and Jonathan, everybody you chose to be on this project with you, you could have chosen anybody in the fandom to be a part of this project. Because there are a lot of people out there that are passionate, awesome people, great collectors, and just, great people out there that you could have chose to put in where we are right now, but you chose us. And here we are 5 years later, and it's like, again, we're essentially family. You know what I'm saying? We don't agree on every single thing, but at the same time, we always come together. We always have a great time. So with that being said, we are so proud of you because we know about the great stuff, some steps that you had to take forward and some steps that you took backwards to get to this point. But it's no longer a pipe dream. It's no longer, wishful thinking. It is actually happening. And we would want to just let you know that even though you will not be here in the States anymore, you would never be away from our lives. We love you, both you and Lady Kyle, and we wish you nothing but the best living in Japan. And we so appreciate everything you have done for this community, building the Kaiju cast, building Collect All Monsters, and we have loved every second of it. And again, I not only speak for the co-host, I'm sure everybody in the chat, whatever. So this was just a special gift that we want to give to you before you head over to Japan. So again, Kyle, we love you, fearless leader. Round of applause for Kyle. Come on now.
I refuse to hit the sound button for the applause on myself. Thank you very much. You guys are awesome, and I know that this, for some people, it seems like I'm gonna be. It must seem like I'm leaving, right? Like in a sense, but no. There is literally no reason for me to stop the Collect All Monsters train, because first up, when Leslie was talking about, I could have chosen anyone because there's so many collectors out there who are like awesome collectors, who are passionate, who are knowledgeable. I'm like, yeah, you just described all the co-hosts that I picked. So to me, like, you guys, you know this, because when I reached out, you were all my first choices for co-hosts because of your passion, because of your collecting, and what you collect, and also who you are. Like, this is about, I know I'm an old white man, but like, this show is about the diversity of the collecting realm. For me, I'm so happy to have Christine as a woman. I'm so happy to have Leslie and John here representing people of color, and David, who is unfortunately not here right now, but of course I'm so happy to have him on the show representing, the LGBTQ plus side of collecting. And like, to me, it's so important that this is, why would I ever stop this? This is, to me, it's important to do this. So like, Collect All Monsters is basically going to continue as I live in Japan. Like, we'll continue doing the monthly show, and then, dude, like, the reason I'm going to be in Japan, is so I can take advantage of all these awesome things that happen in Japan. All those things you heard John talking about. That was just Godzilla Day, and 5 days around Godzilla Day? Like, so many cool things. I'm hoping to catch things for not just Collect All Monsters, but the Kaiju Cast channel as well. And like I mentioned before, once we have some content that's like just Japan based, not like Kaiju based or collecting based, Lady Kyle and I are hoping to put some videos together about living in Japan, about like our experience there.
Yes.
But yeah, we'll wait till that happens. It's a dream come true. And I thank you guys very much for being part of this. The moving to Japan is also a dream come true, but like, this Collect All Monsters group, the synergy we have with the people who watch live, even though I just saw that number dip down. Anyway, it's just so fun. I just love this show. I love the format. I really never ever want to go back to the old school Kaiju Cast format, which was just a ton of post-production work. These are amazing. And like, this like, the crew, everybody, the like, you mentioned Leslie, who they're not here as well, Jonathan and Nick and Ryan, even the rest of the whole like Collect All Monsters monster collectors. This is I think the first person I saw to use the word Camely was actually Michael Hamilton, I believe. I hope I'm saying that right. It was either him or Jay Keys. I can't remember. But like, we leaned into the community aspect of this show. And I think it's like, I don't want to say paid off, because that's not what, we're not talking about money or anything here. We're like, the sentiment has paid off. Like, I'm so glad we have like one of the best, in my opinion, best groups on Facebook. Holy crap, is it active? It's like so good. Yeah. We have so many people there everybody pretty much behaves themselves. And like, we got a lot of people that tune in live. That's so cool that they tune in live. And I'm super happy with all this stuff. In fact, you're going to hate me for this, because I'm probably rolling past some people saying some things, but I'm so happy that we're going to do a giveaway. Is that cool? So, thank you. But seriously, let me just full screen this because that is so cute. That's my
No.
wife right there. And we're standing in front of the new Hachiko statue, which is celebrating Hachi and his owner, as opposed to just like the sad Hachi who stood in front of the station. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and remove that because...
We love you, man. We love you, man.
Dude, I love you guys so much.
Excited.
And John earlier mentioned something about, boy, we should have been there together, right? Like, I think you said something like that. Like, it would have been nice to have the whole crew there.
Absolutely.
I really do. I know that it's difficult for everybody to get like the right time off and stuff like that. And Leslie, you're coming next year, which is already like above, like, and more than what I could have asked for. But like, I think it would be so rad if we could figure out a way to make the co-hosts trip happen so that we can literally, like, specifically to shoot some cool stuff, right? Like, how rad would it be to I don't know, take Ishizuki, the original founder of like Bullmark, like out for like for food or something like that. Like, that would be so rad to like just go talk to him. Go down to Osaka so we can just go see our friends at X Plus. You know, there's so many things we could do as collectors that would just be, I mean, there's an open book is what I'm saying. Like, we have so many opportunities, and if we were all there together in like in a consolidated week-ish, man, we could do some cool stuff. We could, I mean, it's not all about producing content, but like, I think one of the cool things about doing a show like this is we get to produce things. John, your presentation is a glowing example of that. Like, just showcasing what you did, but in a really nice way. And I think that's what we specialize in. You know, our segments for every show I think are engaging. And like, I just think that if we were in Japan together, dude, like, we'd
have so much fun.
We could rip it up and so in the future, it's aside from Leslie's trip, because I wouldn't want to step on Leslie's toes that way. I think we just need to figure out a way for it to happen, even if it's just for like a week. When David and I went for the Hail to the King segue, it was only for like 4 days or something like that.
Really? Oh my God.
Wow.
3 days of filming and 2 days on either side. 5 days, I think. Wow. Hey, you guys want to see what we're giving away? Let me just swap me and John and do this and say, did you back the Hail to the King Kickstarter campaign from 2014? If so, you might not want to enter this giveaway, but I came across in my packing an unclaimed, this is almost terrible, an unclaimed, unopened, brand new photo book from the Hail to the King campaign, which is, I don't have mine in front of me. It would be right over there somewhere if this was really my collection behind me. But this is basically David's photos inside of the exhibition, which is different from the DNA exhibition. This is the big Godzilla special effects exhibit.
Yes.
Tokusatsu Koken, I think, something like that. Anyway, so you would get this book, which was like sort of like the big backer draw. And also, I know it's tiny and not a big deal, but the only Hail to the King button that I have left.
Awesome. Awesome.
History, man. Piece of
That's all
history.
history there. Exactly.
I think there's also a flyer, like a Chirashi flyer from that as well. So do me a favor, you guys. I got to sort of like, I wasn't prepped to do this. I didn't open my windows ahead of time, even though I had all the time in the world with John and his wonderful presentation. But I'm just going to go to the StreamYard giveaway tool. There it is. And I'm going to select, actually, before I do that, let me create the banner. because you guys are probably wondering, what on earth do I want people to type into the chat if they want to win this? And I will ship this out. This is already in a box. It's already ready to go. I took it out of the box for the presentation here. But if you would like to win this, go ahead and in the comments live, you can do this on both Facebook or YouTube. Type in hashtag KingMe, and you will have the opportunity to win this book and button and chirashi. Well, chirashi is a small, like, little movie poster. Anyway, so I'm going to actually say, I'm going to let that simmer, as some people say. And to say, once again, like, I would love to have us all go to Japan at one time. And like Leslie, when you come next year and you're able to see all the cool stuff that Japan puts on display for the 70th anniversary of the King of the Monsters, I think, and I'm sure, like, when you come, we're gonna go do way more than just Godzilla stuff. But like, I think you're gonna want to come back again. And I think,
for sure.
I think we're gonna be, once you're there and you come back, I think it's gonna be like, all right, how do we get Leslie back again? How do we get Leslie back when John can be back and Christine and David can be back, and we can all do it in one big go? Because I think
we definitely got to plan something out. Yeah. I mean, I would like to go for the 70th. I gotta get my passport first. That might help.
Yeah, get your passport up in order. Keep in mind, if you're doing passports right now, passports take extra long. So there were, like, after the pandemic, a whole bunch of people were like, you know what, I needed my passport, and they went and renewed it and got their new ones, and it caused a big bottleneck.
When I get there, you know what? I want to try and find Gyra. I want to find, how's he doing? Is he still the same? Has he converted to being a vegan? I want to know, like, are you still bitter at your big brother? Just, I want to know where he is. I'm going to find him. I'm going to find that Jolly Green Giant, and,
You should probably fly into Haneda then.
Yeah. You should go to some of the places, like, I would want to go, Lake Ashi.
Oh, definitely. And you can do that Mount Fuji tour. It'll take you right there.
Dude, I did this awesome tour that was like, you got on a bus and it took you to 5 viewing stations. So if the weather was perfect, which it wasn't when we went, but if it was perfect, when you would stop here, you would be able to have these, like, wonderful views of Mount Fuji, and then it was like on the mountain.
Got some great ones.
The lake behind the mountain, at a village around the mountain, which was like stunning anyway. Forget about the views of the mountain. And then I think the last one was at a shrine. It was really great.
Kyle, we got to do something so epic at the Mount Fuji thing. We got to recreate the final battle to King Kong versus Godzilla. I'm going to be Kong. You could be Godzilla doing the happy dance like this. We got to do it.
I want to trip to the castle. Is it Atami?
Atami Castle. That's
Atami
right.
Castle is the one from King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes. There's so many.
You haven't been there yet, John? John, I figured
John,
you would have been there.
Yeah, that is surprising that you haven't been to
I've been to
Castle
Matsumoto. I've been to Matsumoto a couple times.
There's so many castles to go to. Still. There's like,
you know why John has not been to that castle. You know why he has not been to that castle.
Oh, that one specifically.
It wasn't a draw. It wasn't a draw. He got his ass whooped, and John Cannon is not over that. That's why he has not gone to that castle.
I'll never get over it. But I'm gonna
never get over it.
My Florida, my Escarole down.
I love you, John. I love you so much, man.
I know one place I'm going next year, and I'm gonna do it. I'm going to Okinawa.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, John's going to Okinawa for Mechagodzilla's 50th.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see. Johnny says he's a practicing vegetarian over the last 2 years. Will he have a hard time finding food in Japan? My answer to that is not as much as you would have 10 years ago. And I believe Mr. Ruffin might have some suggestions for you.
I've been a vegetarian for next year to be 9 years. And they have maps for Tokyo that where you can just go vegan restaurants. My favorite is, it's a little pricey, but it's wonderful. You have to make reservations. It's Iron So Sour. It is not far from Sunshine City, not far from Humax Theater. And one of my favorite places, Coco Ichiban Curry House. They now have a vegetarian vegetable curry without any meat, any pork curry. Wonderful. I had that 3 times during the trip. So yes, you can go vegetarian there. Plenty there. And
Coco Curry, you should totally sponsor Collect All Monsters. I'm just saying. I also love Coco Curry, and I would like that as a sponsor.
Oh my god! I went to the one in, I think it was Yokosuka. I finally found my Japan trip pictures from 2008. I thought I had lost my memory card, so like I gotta get them. I'm like, oh my god, terrible pictures I took back in the day. But 2009, my little point and shoot.
Little baby Christine in Japan.
Yeah, little tiny Christine. I remember going to Kokoichi's, and oh my god, it was so good.
Temple food, great for vegetarians. I've heard that as well. Yeah, man. So it's doable. It's doable. Also, there's lots of resources out there for vegetarians. I've taken some vegetarians on trips before. Someday, I'm not saying like let's definitely do this, but like I would love to put together like a vegetarian, not tour, but like more of an itinerary for someone who's vegetarian who wants to hit specific shops and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty awesome. So
cool.
Yeah, it's totally doable, Johnny.
Absolutely. There's a website for vegetarians, and I found plenty of spots, and I can't remember. I'm trying to look through my list right now to see if I can find it. But it's definitely, I forgot the name of the website, the resource where you can search.
Was it Happy Cow?
Happy Cow, that's it. Happy Cow. Just put in Tokyo or where? Yes. Totally. Oh, look at that, Christine. Boy, that's awesome.
What?
What you have in your hand?
Oh, wow. I know. I just,
oh my gosh.
Every time I have it down, I can't stop looking. I took some pictures of it today, earlier before the show. So
incredible.
It's just, I love his stuff. I love the New Player one.
Oh,
I was just looking at the vinyl because the way my ring light was hitting it, I was like, oh wow. You really see how the different layers and stuff. It looks like it's, I don't know. Yeah, it's
he's so pretty.
He's it's so beautiful.
But you know what else is pretty?
David's the giveaway
picture book and the giveaway. So
yeah,
let's go ahead and load up because I think we've got enough. Let's give the old share screen a little giveaway tool. Start collecting those comments. 20 entries.
Good luck.
Very nice.
Good luck, guys.
My 2 brothers, Joel and Mark, and Novita on watching the show.
That would be awesome if one of those
guys,
Jonathan Portman. That's pretty rad. Congratulations, Jonathan.
So well deserved.
Thank you. We miss you, Jonathan.
It actually is very well deserved.
Well deserved.
Oh, he needs it. Yeah,
buddy.
Sure.
I'm sure I already have your address because I know I already sent you some stuff recently. So I will be sending that on to you, my friend. And congratulations.
That was awesome. That was appropriate.
You deserve a win like that, my dude.
Yes, you do.
Yes,
All right. Wait, hang on a second. That definitely needs to clap. Okay. The very end of the clapping sound, I guess. Well, you guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Collect All Monsters. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out. We have, you know what? Let me say this real quick. Normally, we have Jonathan and Ryan and Nick pop on at the very end so that they can share their collector moments, which are moments from our Facebook group, which, believe it or not, we have so many cool like posts in the group that it is actually worth bringing up like several on the show. And so we're sorry we don't have the collector moment for this particular episode, but maybe we'll do double up for next month, because you should totally join our Facebook group if you have not done so, especially if Facebook is your bag, because facebook.com/group/CAMMC, which stands for the Collect All Monsters, Monster Collectors. We really do have a ton of fun on that group, and like seriously, we've got some hardcore collectors, but you don't have to be hardcore. We love collectors of all types. We love newbies. We love the old guard. We love everybody in between, and we just hope, if you're interested in joining a Facebook group with people who love collecting kaiju stuff, that's the place to do it, in my humble opinion.
And all our news
now,
is in there. We
what's that?
All of our news is in there.
That's right. We get a ton of news from in
Yep.
there. Speaking of news, hey, since I'm already on the banners, if you have not subscribed to, I don't know if you can subscribe, but if you've not checked out kaijubattle.net, that's the best place I know to get your kaiju collectible news. That's Mike Farah's website, and he just bangs it out all the time, man, nonstop.
He
I
releases
can't believe,
news before it's even released.
Yeah, total dedication, absolutely.
You want the information for the book, for the record of Godzilla Minus One.
Oh, it came from there?
Yes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for everybody who's continued watching. We still got 38 people hanging out and watching live. And we essentially will be back for a December episode on December 16th. And I will go into the spiel. You guys ready?
Let's do it.
We're ready.
Until next time, our planet may be doomed, our Earth devastated, the monsters are in revolt, and civilization is in chaos. We must unite and collect
all
monsters. All right, everybody, thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Have a great night.